Call this evening's meeting to order. This is the regular city council meeting of August 6, 2024. Could I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Memphis?
Here.
Councilman Carter? Councilwoman Davy?
Here.
Mayor Gillis?
Here.
Councilwoman Harris? Here. Mayor Pro Tem Martin?
Here.
Councilman Williams?
I could make a motion to excuse Councilman Williams due to vacation, Councilman Carter due to illness.
Support.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
They are excused. Can we have a moment of silent prayer? Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And motion to approve this evening's agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Comments, questions, concerns? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have no presentations, so that puts us right out into public comment. Anybody who would like to speak, please step up to the podium and state your name. And if you'd like a microphone, we have one here.
Cindy Kleffler, 954 Gulfview. First, I'd like to start by saying, I love my city, I care about my city, I've raised 3 boys in this community, and I couldn't have asked for a better place to them to been raised and nurtured. They had opportunities they never would have had in a large metropolitan area. However, I am so disappointed with the choices and the direction that many of those that serve us have taken. I had such respect for most of you sitting up there right now, and many I call friends. But friendships aside, what I see going on makes no sense to me. It's heartbreaking. Starting with the Gulfview State Development, when it was rezoned, we were not listened to. Residents packed the city council, the city building, and we were not listened to. Mind you, I'm not against those homes being built there. I was against the rezoning. The rezoning was a shame. They started clearing the land 7 years later. We residents complained because they were burning back there 24/7. Smoke and ash was horrible. We called, we complained. Again, we were not listened to. We were told, deal with it. Now we have the developer looking for a handout. After 7 years, he wants our hard-earned tax dollars, all because the brownfield grant was changed in favor of him, the developer. He had no problems building 7 years ago, and you know as well as I do, he has the money. I don't take kindly to threats that he will be unable to build and may have to cancel the project if not approved. I call BS. He has properties going up in St. Clair and Marysville. We were not listened to regarding the Brownfield Act. No, we weren't even given the opportunity to voice our opinion about the Brownfield. Council approved the grant without a public hearing or even having final site plans approved by the Planning Commission. Where are the site plans? I went to the county commissioners for approval before they were approved for them. I went to the county commissioners meeting when that grant was going up for approval. And I shouldn't have had to read about that on Facebook. I shouldn't have had to heard about the brownfield on Facebook. I shouldn't have had to hear about it from people running for elections knocking at our doors asking us if we knew what was going on. Why were none of us notified? I saw an aerial map online of the 50-some homes being crammed in the area. If you look at the surrounding coverage of the same acreage, it's mind-blowing how many homes are being put in that area. That rezoning was a shame. We weren't listened to. Any of you that are re-elected, any new council members, please listen to us. We have a voice. We want to be heard. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Cindy Smith, 927 Gulfview Street. I'm here to talk about the Brownsfield plan that you guys approved. Just because the state changed how you can apply for it and who's eligible doesn't mean it was a good deal for everybody. As I looked at the article by the, in the newspaper as to what they're asking for to be reimbursed for, it's for the storm sewers, streets and roads, sanitary and sewer service, water service. But then I saw they want reimbursement for landscaping, lighting, and sidewalks. Hey, I'd like somebody to come give me some free landscaping and sidewalks and let the rest of the taxpayers pay for it on our dime. I don't think it's fair that the rest of us residents in this town have to support these additional people moving in for the next 24 years, including they're taking money from, and not only just these, but from the millages for seniors, County Drug Task Force, library, parks, EMS, and St. Clair Community College. And I'm sure there's a bunch more that they can tap into and take funds from so that we pay back this money to the state. I don't think it's fair, again, that the rest of us have to support them for 24 years. They were, like Cindy said, they were willing to do this 7 years ago on their dime. Now all of a sudden, they can get money from us to do it and we're willing to give it to them. I don't agree with it, and a lot of us don't. I would hope you guys would change your mind and rethink that. But if not, and this does go through, typically then all this stuff should be competitively bid if we're giving them money for it. We shouldn't be just willy-nilly, okay, we'll give you that much for it. And I'm sorry, we should not be paying for landscaping and sidewalks. That's always been a resident's responsibility, not for the contractor to get the money to put those in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Seeing none, city manager's report, Mrs. Gerstenberg.
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. We'll start with an update on the Algonac Elementary housing. As you know, the property will need to be rezoned from RM1 multiple family low rise. The rezoning will require a public hearing at the Planning Commission and approval of City Council and site plan approval by Planning Commission. We are trying to accomplish this before October 1st, which is the day the application for the state tax credit program is due to the state of Michigan. The Planning Commission public hearing will be published in the newspaper August 7th, which is the same day notices will be sent to property owners with 300 feet. Planning Commission meeting is August 26th. An update on the pool. The DNR has finally approved our contractor selection, so we are tentatively planning to award at the next meeting.
Thank you.
Councilman Bendis. An update on the Algonac Elementary gym. The staff did meet with 3 general contractors and reviewed proposals that were received by 2. So tonight on the agenda, City Council will be reviewing to award the bid to the general contractor, which is suggested to be Salsky Construction, who is here tonight to answer any questions. The Cordis Development Brownfield Plan, that was on the agenda for adoption at the July 25th meeting of the St. Clair County Board of Commissioners. That was tabled at that meeting. The tower truck aerial test was completed July 9th. As you may or may not know, Algonac Clay Township and Ira Township jointly own the tower truck and they share in all of the maintenance costs. This test cost each community about $410 each. This Thursday, August 8th, we are having a Algonac Elementary School building content sale from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Cash or checks only. Minimum donations are going to be asked for. There are items in that building including smartboards, whiteboards, chalkboards, miscellaneous tables, chairs, and desks, and filing cabinets, if anyone is interested. So I've started to make a note of some of the social media fallacies that come through, and I wanted to address them as part of my manager's reports. One of the things that was out there in this past 2 weeks was that businesses who are leaving our communities need tax incentives. There are no tax incentive programs available for retail businesses. Tax incentives are designed for existing or growing companies in areas like warehousing, distribution, logistics, manufacturing, and high technology. The Algonac Elementary School is being turned into condominiums. That is not true. The school gym is being renovated into a public community center. It is being proposed by a private developer to demolish the administration and classroom portions of the school and build 18 family townhomes and 25 senior apartments. Lastly, the comment was there is a lack of communication between city management and the citizens. Since 2017, the City Council has significantly improved communication with city residents. A city website and city Facebook page have both been established, where before there were none. City Council meetings were never videotaped before. Now they are videotaped and posted to social media for anyone to view at any time. Prior to 2017, only agendas were posted physically on doors and in the newspaper. Now the entire meeting packet with agenda and backup materials are all posted online prior to the meeting. In addition, numerous businesses in the community now have a computer monitor that hosts a community bulletin board promoting local events. Every resident receives a city newsletter quarterly on the back of their water bill, and all new residents are mailed a welcome to Algonac packet with information about the community. That is all. Thank you, Mayor Gillis.
Questions for Mrs. Gerstenberg? I just have one. On the school sale, on the flyer, it says that you have to remove this stuff on a different day.
That is incorrect. It was we had originally scheduled it for that date, the 13th, but everything has to be moved in the date.
So I figured we wanted to be.
If you want it, you have to get it on Thursday.
Yeah, okay, I just wanna make sure on that.
Yep, good catch.
All right, thank you. Anybody else? All right, moving on, consent agenda. The consent agenda consists of the regular city council meeting minutes of July 16, 2024. Under miscellaneous business, we have the fire department SCBA annual testing and battery board replacement, video inspection of Algonac Elementary sanitary sewers, and the replacement of sanitary lifts, sewer float stations. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Next up, we have item 11A, which is to approve the proposal for professional design engineering services for North Avenue, Elm Street, Chestnut Street pavement rehabilitation for $31,178. On July 5th, 2022, City Council approved preliminary engineering for North Avenue, Elm Street, and Chestnut Street pavement rehabilitation. Soil borings, pavement core extractions, and geotechnological investigations were completed. As a result, of the scope of the project is as follows. North Avenue, St. Clair River Drive to Bridge, Mill, and Overlay, 4-inch. North Avenue, Bridge to Elm Street and Chestnut, pulverized existing hot mix asphalt and stone milling base, scarify and compact overlay with 4 inches of HMA. Attached, we have a design proposal submitted by Hubble, Roth, and Clark in the amount of $31,178. Construction costs are estimated to be about $300,000. $345,000 was budgeted for fiscal year 2024-2025 for design, engineering, and construction. Could I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve the proposal for design engineering services for North Avenue, Elm Street, and Chestnut Street by HRC, whose address is 555 Hewlett Drive, Bloomfield Hills, in the amount of $31,178, and direct the city manager to sign the proposal on behalf of the city.
Comments, questions, concerns? And I did miss, construction will begin in early 2025. Yes. Can I have a roll call, please?
Councilman Bembas?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy?
Yes.
Mayor Gillis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have item 11B, which is to approve proposal for professional engineering services and recommendation of award of 2024 sewer rehabilitation program contract extension not to exceed the maximum of $150,000. On November 7th, 2023, City Council awarded the 2023 sewer rehabilitation program to Inliner Solutions LLC in the amount of $168,820.50. The contractor did an excellent job and is willing to hold the same pricing for 2024. The project consists of cured-in-place pipeline and point grouting, and locations determined after recent evaluations of the city's sanitary sewers during the SAW grant. This is the second significant maintenance project since the SAW grant aimed at reducing excess flow of water going to the wastewater treatment plant. Award is recommended to Inliner Solutions, now Purus, in the amount of $128,526.36. The total HRC construction engineering budget would be to a not to exceed amount of $21,473.64. $150,000 was budgeted for this in this fiscal year budget for the sewer rehabilitation program. Can I have a motion, please?
I move to approve the proposal for professional engineering service and contract award for 2024 sewer rehabilitation program to Inliner Solutions, now Purus, whose address is 28529 Goddard Road, Romulus, Michigan, in the amount of $128,526.36, plus a not to exceed maximum of $21,473.64 for construction engineering to Hubble, Roth and Clark, whose address is P.O. Box 824, Bloomfield Hills.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, if I could, now, this, I forget, the $150,000 that was budgeted, is that out of the capital improvement? Or is that 200 from capital improvement separate?
Mrs. Christina?
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Councilwoman Davy, it is budgeted out of the sewer fund.
Okay, out of the sewer fund?
But it is a part of our capital
Capital
improvement
improvement.
plan to fix our I&I problem.
Okay, cause I know that there was a specific amount that in our capital improvement where we were gonna start addressing this.
Yeah, it's in the capital improvement plan, but the money comes out of the sewer fund.
Got it. And, the work that they're doing the second time around, that's the same work that they did previously, but in another area?
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Do we have an estimate of how many streets we've done so far? I mean,
I do not have that with me.
Approximate.
We do have a list of all the locations that have been done. But we still have quite a few more.
I know quite a few more to do, but we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone else? Seeing none, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Davy?
Yes.
Mayor Gillis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Bembas?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up is item 11C is to approve the special event permit for Youth for the Future in the Anchor Bay Chamber for fourth annual bump and run for September 26th to 29th. The Anchor Bay Chamber has submitted a special events permit for the fourth annual bump and run in the Smith's Recreation Park on Thursday, September 26th through Sunday, September 29th. This year's event will include a Meet the Candidates Night on Thursday, 21 plus block party on Friday, bump and run on Saturday, and Redneck Rack Day on Sunday. The permit application has been received and has been approved by the administration. The safety and security plan has been approved by the St. Clair County Sheriff. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve the special events permit for the fourth annual bump and run at Smith Recreation Park, September 26th through 29th, 2024.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Looks like there will be a bump and run.
Did really get fireworks last year.
I saw a drone show this year. Item 11 11D is to introduce an amendment to chapter 16, community development, by adding article 4, payment in lieu of taxes ordinance. The city has a private developer interested in an affordable housing project consisting of 25 senior apartments and 18 family townhomes at the site of the former Algonac Elementary School. The project will serve those at or below 60% of the HUD published area median income, AMI amounts. For example, 60% of the AMI for one person is annual income of $40,320, and 60% of the AMI for family of 4 is an annual income of $57,540. Therefore, there will be one senior unit serving those 25 to 30% of AMI. Estimate monthly rents are as followed. For, in the senior apartments, number 20 units are gonna be $875 to $1080. 4 units are gonna be $1035 to $1296. And 1 unit is gonna be $335. Is that correct?
That's a monthly rent.
Monthly rent. Okay. And in the townhomes, and the number of units, 9 units, the 2-bedroom are gonna be $997 through $1296. And number 9 of the units are gonna be 3 bedrooms at $1,135 to $1,496. The developer is requesting that the city introduce and adopt the tax payment in lieu of taxes ordinance drafted by the city attorney. The developer needs approval of the pilot in order to apply to the federal low-income housing tax program offered through the Michigan State Housing Development Authority. What is a pilot? A payment in lieu of taxes is an annual service charge paid to the city based on rents that take place of the traditional property taxes. It is used as an incentive to encourage affordable housing projects pursuant to Act 346 of 1966. It is generally negotiated between the municipality and developer of a multi-unit affordable rental housing owners. A developer pays a percentage of the rental housing income directly to the community. Annual rent is defined by the state statute and can be summarized as a total annual amount collected from all occupants for rent less any charges for gas, electricity, heat, or other utilities furnished to the occupants. Why do developers request a pilot? The Michigan State Housing Development Authority encourages developers to apply for federal tax credits to have a local pilot approved prior to application. Affordable housing projects usually will not qualify for state level assistance if a local pilot is not included. These tax credits are federal incentives given to states, who then developers these credits for projects that meet certain state and federal criteria. Excuse me. Once awarded the tax credits from MISTA, the developer will then market these tax credits to investors who will purchase them in exchange for offsetting taxes otherwise owed over a period of time. The developer then can use the funding provided from the tax credit. I am so sorry, there's not this much reading. The developer can then use the funding provided possible for developers to invest in communities and neighborhoods where it would be difficult to develop the property was subject to taxation on the assessed value of the property. Pilots are commonly used across the state to assist affordable housing developments. Why should Algonac consider a pilot? The argument in favor of providing tax relief for this kind of project is that most communities have significant need for higher quality affordable housing. The pilot reduces the cost to a point where the rent charge can be affordable, allows a return on investment for the developer, and lets the city collect some revenue from the development to help offset the costs of providing services such as police and fire. In addition, there will be some direct municipal revenues from building permits, utilities, rental license, and inspection fees, and additional property tax from increased revenue from increased property values in the area surrounding a new development. Are there disadvantages of a pilot? The pilot affects the revenue that the city can collect over time while adding house units and populations that create a demand for more services. It also affects the revenue of other taxing jurisdictions. Do other communities have pilots? Yes, Algonac already has one pilot. The Algonac Housing Commission currently pays a pilot to the city. East Lansing, Kalamazoo, Lansing, Meridian Township, Mount Clemens, Mount Pleasant, Port Huron, Roseville, and St. Clair Shores all have pilots. Could I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to introduce amendment to chapter 16, community development by adding article 4, payment in lieu of taxes ordinance.
Second.
Comments, questions, concerns?
Mayor, past this, if this is approved, because this is dealing with the school, how does the negotiation go for how much they're gonna pay for us with the pilot program?
Mrs. Gerstenberg, I believe, and we also have somebody here to
Thank you, Mayor Gillis. Yes, Joe Kiki from Ethos Development is here to answer any questions. And in addition, it's typically 4%, and that's in the ordinance.
4%. Do we want them to come?
Do you want us to give us a synopsis in your own words?
Yeah, sure. Please.
Okay.
No problem, you want to use the mic?
Yes.
There you go.
Good evening. Thank you for having me. Ethos Development Partners is a developer of affordable housing throughout the state. We've partnered with Jim Dewey, who runs the Algonac Housing Commission, on developments in Lake Huron Woods, Wills Manor. As folks know, many communities actually reach out to us to help address the need for affordable housing in their communities. As you mentioned, Mr. Mayor, the incomes are folks who are working. The rents are, at the level of someone who needs to work. As far as this tax credit program is concerned, typically people often equate affordable housing with kind of government-funded public housing. This is not that. The investors in these credits are typically large institutional banks such as Chase, PNC, Flagstar. They are an actual partner in the development for a minimum of 15 years. So this is an asset on their books that they need to make sure is functioning well. Obviously, the community wants it to function well as well. The program was created under the Reagan administration in order to encourage public-private partnership in the development of affordable housing. And I would say, just in general, it is an issue for communities, big communities, small communities. The folks that we're talking about in this income range are working in hospitals, are working as teachers, are working in a variety of jobs in the community. And most communities typically are more and more experiencing, and I know it's experiencing in this area as well, the need for housing so folks can work and live in a community. Think about the waiter or the waitress that's working, or the folks who are doing seasonal work during tourism season. So again, we are confident, based on our experience, that this is a good opportunity for the city. Right now, we're estimating it to be about a $15 to $16 million investment in the community. It takes a vacant school site and reactivates it for housing that residents can take advantage of.
Any questions?
Yeah, but it improved my way. Now, you said 4% is what we're getting, and that's based on what, again, that percentage is what's collected in rent each month, or?
Yes, less other expenses. So, and typically, first the state, one way or the other, in order to apply for these credits, you have to have some sort of tax assistance on the property taxes. So, as the city manager said, typically in all the communities we work in, we've done deals in Traverse City, Muskegon. We're looking at, actually looked at a deal that didn't come together up north in Rogers City, but typically in Lake Huron Woods is 4%. So it's kind of the standard for this.
Thank you.
You said less 4% minus other things you said?
It's 4% after you pull out the expenses. So it's a
4%
net.
after expense?
Yes, correct. So it's a net rent after expenses.
Okay, So you collect the rent, you subtract the expenses, and then we get 4%.
Yes, correct.
And I think one other question now with the complex here that is under the pilot program. Denise, is this gonna fall under the housing commission? These units, or is that separate from, because I know with what we have here, that's under the housing commission.
Good.
Is this separate?
Yeah, it's totally separate. That's a great question. I'm glad you asked it. So the housing commission will be a partner in the ownership, but ultimately the property will be owned by a partnership between us, them, and the investor and the tax credits.
So any expenses, any of that is not going to fall on the city or in the housing commission? That's a separate.
It's a totally separate legal entity that, again, what's nice about having the commission as part of it is their local footprint, but this is not gonna become an operating expense under, the commission itself.
Great, thank you.
What net expenses do you consider, you're talking about, we get that 4% after any other expenses, what would that look like?
Utilities, maintenance, I mean, we can, and I'm happy, I don't have it with me, but I'm happy to share that there's no secrets here. Happy to share the operating budget for the city manager and to share with you as council to review. So you can see how that works out. That's not a problem whatsoever. It's a very, this is a open book process. It's fully vetted. I want to come back to the investor, again, is a large institutional investor, typically, like I said, Chase, Flagstar, PNC. They are a partner. They need to make sure that the project is going to succeed.
Right.
You cannot close on the financing for this project unless they're comfortable, because they are the majority partner in the development. And again, going back to what the Reagan administration was trying to seek was get the government out of housing and bring in private investment, and this incentivizes that private investment.
Not a comment to you, but just general overall, this is a good deal, because right now we get 0 taxes from that school. After this is built up, my little calculator says we're gonna get between $15,000 and $20,000 net return to the city with the 4%, and I've even taken account a small percentage for the expenses. Plus, we've all been waiting forever to do something with that school, and this is our best shot at rehabilitating and having a nice new piece of Algonac. So
Well,
I support it 100%.
And two, the money that the city would get through all of this, helps offset costs of maintaining and operating
The
the
gym,
recreation center.
absolutely,
Which is a big deal.
absolutely, yes. So we're really in a no-lose situation on this, in my opinion.
Yeah, and again, just to add to that, Councilman, is it's a $15 to $16 million investment in the community from outside the community.
Right, absolutely.
I would, just for full transparency, because I think it's important for you folks to understand, the application for these credits is highly, highly competitive, right? You're competing against a pool of folks from across the state. So I think it's important to be upfront. We may not get the credits the first time around. What's nice about Michigan as opposed to other states is there are applications every 6 months. So believe me, I'm gonna be completely honest, we've been in situations where we just missed.
Right.
So we apply again. So the next round is October 1st. If we don't hit then, we have a pretty good track record of hitting every round, but I just also wanna be fully candid and transparent that it's not a home run, because you are competing with a lot of communities. We are seeing a lot of up north communities really facing this issue of, if you ever subscribe to the Traverse City Ticker, they are, every other article's about how are we gonna house teachers, how are we gonna house people working in hotels, how are we gonna house, we actually had a conversation with Interlochen last year, because they're hiring folks, and they can't afford to live there.
Just out of curiosity, over the past, say, 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, the amount of communities that are working and doing pilots has increased quite a bit.
Can you
The
rephrase
number, the number of pilots over the last 10 years that communities are working, that's increased quite a bit.
It has with the demand.
In the past 10 years.
Right, I mean, and especially, you just pick up the newspaper, right? The need for housing for, again, the populations I talked about is critical. So, yeah, you're seeing more communities saying, hey, this makes sense. We were recently approached by the city of Royal Oak. You know, if you go to Royal Oak, you got a lot of folks who are working hard who can't afford to live in Oakland County.
I know Wild Lake has a pilot program
Yes.
out there as well.
And we just got with Jim Dewey in his role as the Marysville Housing Commission executive, wears many hats. The city of Marysville is just thrilled
Yeah, I read that.
that we're looking at developing, and in this case, senior housing. I mean, it was very nice how much the support we received from the city manager and the council, the mayor.
Anyone else?
Okay, well, thank you. We'll be back. Again, as working with Denise is great. It's an open book. We'll share that information, councilman, so you guys can see it and evaluate it. Happy to continue having questions, so.
I know this is an early question, but if all this was to go forth.
Yeah.
How long would construction usually take?
That's a great question, Mr. Mayor. So if we submit in October, we would find out probably in January if we received an award. Typically, given the level of investment from a large institutional investor, it takes about 9 months to a year just to close. So at that point, you're looking at probably another 15 months to construction. So let's just talk through that timeline, right? So 2025, God willing, we get the credits in January, close at the end of 2025. The property wouldn't come online until, where's my math? Early 2027. This is a long process.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, it is. So they don't make it easy.
Of course
Well,
not.
and I have a question, and we're moving forward, I guess, on Algonac Elementary School for renovation.
Mhm.
It's how we're gonna use it, or are you coordinating with that gymnasium in the program that you're proposing?
Another great question. So the school, my understanding, remains part of the city and the gym, right? If anything, it's a huge asset to the development itself. So we will be coordinating with the city on, because we're gonna have to do a lot split, right? So that the city parcel is clearly the city's, and then the residential parcel is clearly the residential parcel. But again, we've been talking with Denise about this all along and understand it's something that has to happen, but it's a net positive.
Absolutely.
And the reason is, now that you've stated the timeline, if we start moving forward on the gymnasium part, it's gonna sit either vacant, or we're gonna try to use it before final construction of development.
No, it is a good point. I don't think that's an issue, because again, it's going to be a self-defined site once the other portion is built out. So just to repeat, there will be, and again, we'll be coming to the city for this, there will be a lot split. But I think it's overall a net positive.
So, what we're saying is then, because it's not gonna take us that long to get the rec center up. It's not gonna take as long as what it's gonna take you guys to get through all of that. So we can still get this rec center done. And then you guys, and you guys, you know, we'll have that all nice around the thing. It's not gonna be like a, construction site until you guys get going.
Precisely.
The two are not tied together.
Correct.
Okay.
And we've done other projects where there's facets that aren't necessarily tied together. I think that's what makes this a really nice project, is the community center. You're gonna have families, you're gonna have seniors. It's it's, from our perspective, that's almost, it's perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, and I look forward to more questions, more information you need, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other discussion?
We are, cause this is an introduction. So we're introducing it, or are we voting to change the order?
We introduce it tonight, and
Tonight, and
then
then
it comes back at the next meeting for,
I'm having a day.
it's okay. Yeah, so it comes back at the next
Got
meeting
it.
for adoption. So, hearing no other discussion, could I have a roll call, please?
Councilwoman Davy,
Yes.
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Item 11E is to approve a fire department ventilation fans. The fire department will be replacing the current gasoline powered fans with two Milwaukee Super Vac Milwaukee battery operated ventilation fans with two batteries, chargers, and shore power capability, one 16-inch and one 18-inch. The fans are made to order, and the lead time is 12 to 14 weeks. The fans were budgeted for fiscal year 2024 as part of the capital improvement plan. Can I have a motion, please?
I'd like to make a motion to approve 2 fire department ventilation fans from Cascade Fire Equipment, whose address is P.O. Box 4248, Medford, Oregon 97501, in the amount of $11,151. And direct the
Second.
city manager to sign it.
Comments, questions, concerns? Anybody wanna offer the chief double?
Oh, yeah. Can you get some more of those?
Just joking.
It's Corey's one.
I
Yeah, it's
know,
Corey's
that was
line.
Corey's line.
It's not quite something.
It doesn't.
Really?
Hearing none, can I, have a roll call, please?
Mayor Gillis,
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin,
Yes.
Councilman Bembas,
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next up, we're being asked to approve the general contractor for Algonac Elementary School renovations. At the meeting of November 7th, 2023, the City Council unanimously authorized participation in auction to purchase the Algonac Elementary School. The city was the successful bidder and has since closed on the property. On March 5th, 2024, the city hosted a community meeting to discuss the future of the former school. Many residents wanted to keep the existing gymnasium and create a community recreation center. As a result, the city started seeking funds that could help that make it happen. The city council budgeted $50,000 in the 2024-2025 budget, received $200,000 in ARPA economic stimulus with the assistance of County Commissioner Dave Vandenbosch, and received $500,000 from the state of Michigan and Senator Kevin Hertel in the Michigan Department of Education School Aid Package, House Bill number 5507, for a total budget of $750,000. After further investigations of the building and meeting with architects, engineers, and various trades, the next step was to seek a general contractor to get experience in school renovations. The general contractor will solicit bids and manage the renovations, cleaning, painting, electrical, lighting replacements, HVAC, plumbing, windows, roofing, and general carpeting. City staff met with 3 general contractors at the school: Salsky Construction, Thompson Failing Group, and Delta Industrial. Delta did not submit a proposal. City staff recommends award to Salsky Constructions. Both contractors are local and experienced. However, Salsky Construction offered a more attractive fee schedule. The fee will be 15% if the scope is under $500,000, and 12% if the scope is over. In addition, the management fee will not be added to any self-performed work. The building official has successfully worked with Salsky Construction in the past. Can I have a motion, please?
Make a motion to approve Salsky Construction LLC, whose address is 3903 Pine Grove Avenue in Fort Gratiot, as general contractor for the renovations to the former Algonac Elementary School, and direct the city manager to sign the proposal on behalf of the city.
Second.
Comments, questions, concerns, and I believe Mr. Salsky is here as well. Mr. Salsky, would you like to come up?
We're just gonna have you come up just because we made the other guy.
That's fine. Hello, Ben Salsky, Salsky Construction, I'm the principal. I'm also here with my son, he's part owner. Any questions?
What other, just out of curiosity, projects have you done like this? Just curious.
Well, locally, we've
Yeah,
done, locally, we finished up the Marine City Hall interior build out. That's probably the most local one that you know, people around that area would know. We do a lot of work with, St. Clair County Community Mental Health. We're currently doing a project for the St. Clair County Probation Office.
Yeah, I'm on CMA, so
Yeah,
that's why I
yeah.
kinda wanted people to, that you guys have done some work.
Yeah, we've done work for them. We've done work for the Algonac Housing Commission, Port Huron Housing Commission, Marysville Housing Commission. The gentleman was talking about Jim Dewey, I know him extensively. A lot of municipalities, we're currently doing a project in Anoki Township. In the past, we've done, in my previous employment for companies, we did Warren School Districts, a lot of colleges. We currently do work for St. Clair Community College.
Oh,
So we're very diverse in the local communities and identity projects.
Anybody else?
No, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we all are.
this is-
I mean, I'm sure this is a unique project where we should be working with, obviously, the other gentleman that was here and all the things around.
The tie-in, the cutoff place, stuff like that.
Yeah,
Correct, yeah.
so, well, I think we're all, I know I'm excited to get started.
Yeah, we need to get started.
When are you gonna start?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Kinda like him with the
When they
pool.
call- when they call us tonight, we're home.
When we get started?
Yeah.
No,
Like
we-
yesterday, right?
I've already asked to make some phone calls to some of the local subs that I recommend and used in the past have been successful. So, we've done some groundwork already. We met with the fire chief, Bill Inspector Tracy out there, did a walkthrough. So our next process will be getting a scope of work, trying to get a budget. Some of the stuff that's unforeseen is the roof, you know, that could be extensive repairs. So it's, you know, trying to get everything fit into that budget. So I know, like I said, any self-perform work that we do, we'll have our, that cost for the project, for our work portion. We're not gonna tack on construction management fees to our personal work.
Well, that's very nice of you, thank you.
So,
Anyone else?
Thank you, sir.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Any other comments, questions, or concerns?
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right. Can I have roll call, please?
Councilwoman Harris?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Bembas?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy?
Yes.
Mayor Gillis?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have accounts payable.
I'd like to make a motion to approve accounts payable and payroll amount of $356,289.67.
Support.
Comments, questions, concerns? Roll call, please.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin?
Yes.
Councilman Bembas?
Yes.
Councilwoman Davy?
Yes.
Mayor Gillis?
Yes.
Councilwoman Harris? Yes. Motion carried.
Items for next agenda, Mrs. Gerstenberg?
Award of the pool contractor.
Yay. You guys all gotta let me make the motion on that one.
That's the only thing I have right now.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay.
That's exciting. With any hope, we'll have a pool in the spring. That's my hope.
Council comments, Councilman Bembas?
Oh, okay. Go right in.
Yeah, go right in, right in.
I'm so excited about that pool, just as excited about a rec center. Just as excited about the new housing project to rehabilitate that school. What great stuff. We do have a new called DG Market, Dollar General Market, which is an upscale Dollar General store. Now, you know, a lot of us are on Facebook and we hear that businesses are moving out, this and that. But this is a really, really, really nice store. And the one thing we need to, as a community, do is visit the store and support this store. Rite Aid closed down because the whole business went out of business. Rite Aid basically went bankrupt. CVS, they left for two reasons. Everybody's getting their prescriptions. Many people are getting their prescriptions through the mail, which I love. I won't deny that. But that cuts down on their business. So if we're gonna keep this business, we need to support this business just like we need to support all of our small businesses, whether it's Wispy Gypsy or Christie's Craft Room, now DG Marketplace. So I would encourage everybody, just stop in and see. One of thank you to Historical Society for letting us use this at the last minute. I think it's wonderful. It'd be nice if like once a quarter, we could go to a different, place, just so other people in the community can see us in other venues, and maybe different people will show up and see. Don't forget tonight's Touch a Truck. And I would ask the city manager at the next meeting if she could give us a presentation, because there's still questions, and I know I've tried my best to answer them to people who ask me. But exactly how this brownfield, plan works and the positives about it, because I don't think I explain it well enough when I try to explain it, but really deep down inside it is a good plan, and will help raise our, revenue over a long period of time for Algonac. So, I think that's all I have today.
Councilwoman Davey?
Surprisingly, I don't have a lot
Oh my
tonight.
goodness.
You know, look, I already said to somebody, I'm gonna use one of those whack any of you upside the head. I don't have a lot, tonight. I would, up here at the table, we were given these today, I come up and look at this. This is the design for the rec center and the, townhomes in the apartments. So, take a look, I
If
will
you guys
try to.
wanna pass it around
Yeah,
or whatever.
I'll try and find some way to, after my back stops killing me, to get that somewhere where everybody can see it. I honestly really do not have much more than that tonight, so, I know,
This is sciatic.
somebody's gonna throw stuff at me just cause, you know, I didn't have anything to say, but that's all I got, thanks.
Councilwoman Harris?
So I wanna thank everybody for coming, and I'm pretty excited about the school. I'm very happy that we got it, Denise was a very big part of that. I really like the plan, I like everything, that it looks, the gym's being saved for a recreation center, it's pretty awesome, you guys can come up and take a picture of this if you'd like. I also would like more information on Brownsfield myself, because I'm not comfortable answering questions that I don't have the answers for, it doesn't flow with me. So I would also appreciate that what Councilman Bemba said, that we get more information on it at the next meeting, please. So, thank you very much.
Mayor Pro Tem Martin?
Thank you for stepping forward and letting us know your opinion. That's important. Feeling comfortable enough to do that. And, we've got big ticket items that we've gotta take care of, address, and hopefully, we're leaders enough to do it all in the right way and move forward, so. That's it.
I'd like to thank the Historical Society for hosting us at the last minute, as we planned on being at the Touch Truck today, but the wind and the rain kept us out. Touch Truck is going on, starting at 7 o'clock. Thank you, everybody, for coming out and expressing your opinions. And with that,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
all in favor?
Aye.